Hello everyone, this is Tom Nook. It's 1:54 p.m. this happy Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Now for today's news. Moreau gained a new neighbor today, Apple. I'm sure she will be very busy unpacking today, so consider checking in on her. Now then, I have one more bit of important news to wrap things up. It's so wonderful to see all the enthusiasm for island life. Our population is certainly growing. Moreau is becoming a rather bustling place. Yes. Our goal, as always, is to provide you all with the top quality support you deserve. And so, please note, Resident Services will soon relocate from its current tent into a new, more permanent building. It's a big move, and construction will take some time, so it will be closed tomorrow. Please check on lost items at the recycle box or use the Nook Stop today while it's available. Yes. That's all from me. Time for you all to get out and enjoy your day. Yes. What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. In the last episode, we met our brand new neighbor, Cranston, the turkey, who is living a little bit down that way, I guess. That wasn't very specific, but you know what I mean. We met Cranston in the last episode. He was still unpacking. We'll get to meet him more properly in today's episode. Also took care of, random various things around town, of course. Donated some stuff. Got our first painting in the museum. Took a look around the art exhibit. We also went to Harv's Island and got to do some picture taking with the lovers Reese and Cyrus and their wedding photos that they were trying to recreate, as well as finally finishing paying off our home loan, which brings me to actually taking a look inside so we can see that, yes, indeed, our house has just gotten a little bit bigger. So yeah, everything's just a bit more spread out now. I just kind of pretty much got to push everything more towards the corners, but I can also fill this space a little bit more. So it's kind of a mess at the moment, but I definitely will be making use of this space in due time. It's all kind of a mess, but it'll all look better later on. We're just kind of putting a random assortment of things down. I need a proper bed. I need to actually get to making some stuff. And I think that's going to be the main focus of not necessarily today, but actually probably my off-screen time more, just because that's a lot of tedium and whatnot. It's still raining too, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to open this up because we actually do have a lot of things that have come in. Bunch of stuff I got from Nook Shopping after the end of the last episode. Mainly wanted to get the stuff for that wedding set so that we can make Reese and Cyrus's pictures better than we could yesterday, because there wasn't much I could add to that. Also, the Happy Home Academy has given us something for our house upgrade. And Luna? Dear Dreamer, I am certain many memories of your island are dear to you. What if you could share these memories in the form of a pleasant dream? You can, and it's as easy as falling asleep in your bed. Sleep well, Luna. Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's take a look at our different things we got here. So first things first, I got myself some shades. Hell yeah. All right. Wanted to just get some of those. Also got a nuptial bell, nuptial ring pillow. We got the nuptial door plate, as well as the flower petal basket. So all things that we can add to the wedding set. That's going to be nice to have. This also is something that I can actually just walk around with and hold on my own if I so desire. Happy Home Academy gave me an automatic washer, which is funny because I literally already have one of those in my house right now. And Luna gave me Luna's bed. Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? I'm a little bit curious. Let's take a look here really quickly. So before we do anything else, and yes, we know Resident Services is closing, but we really don't have much more than the basics to do aside from talking to our new neighbor, Apple. I'm going to place this item here really quickly, and ooh, that's a much nicer bed. Let's take a look. Should I get some sleep? You know what? Yeah, honestly, I know the day's just kind of started, but an afternoon nap sounds kind of like a good idea. Oh my gosh, I forgot she was so well endowed. If I am not mistaken, you are from Moreau, yes? You must be the famous Levi. How did you know? Few dream as pleasantly as those from Moreau. Forgive me, I have yet to introduce myself. My name is Luna. Think of me as a guide to the Library of Dreams. What do you mean exactly? A dream is but a manifestation of a memory that one holds dear, then chooses to upload to the internet. That's a little anticlimactic, but okay. Had me in the first half. My role is to ferry travelers between dreams, allowing one such as you to tour the islands of distant strangers, one within the dream of another. It will be as though you have actually set foot on their island. Sounds fascinating, does it not? To visit another's dream, merely say to me, I want to dream. This need not be a one-way matter either. If you wish, I can collect your dream of Moreau as well. Then I will spirit your dream throughout channels of fiber optics to live in the library and be shared with the world. Put simply, to share your dream of Moreau with others, tell me I'd like to share a dream. Well, now that we have the introductions out of the way, how many may I be of assistance? I mean, I would like to dream. Of course, but there are a few things I must clarify further before I guide you to a dream. Dreams, like many things these days, are downloaded from the internet. A connection is, of course, required. If you wish to dream of a specific island, there are two ways to do so. You may either provide me with that island's dream address, or you may simply tell me its name. If you would prefer to be surprised, I would be only too happy to choose a dream for you. Oh, one other wrinkle. Dreams are very fragile things. To prevent the introduction of glitches, you must go empty-handed. Do not worry, I will happily hold on to your belongings and return them after you wake. I believe that covers everything. Now you ready to link with the Library of Dreams? You know what? Yes, I am. Then I shall connect to the internet to initialize the dream download. All right, let's see what we can find. This is really, really interesting. So yes, what she basically means is not only can we share an island, it's basically a frozen in time snapshot of our island, exactly as it was when it was uploaded with a dream address. So let's see. I'm going to go with surprise me. I do have dream addresses that I would like to use in the future, or at least one dream address I'd like to use in the future. But for right now, I don't have anything in particular. So let's see if we can get lucky here. There are so many wonderful surprises to be found in dreams. Let me find one for you. I'm ready. Splendid. Everything is now sorted. Please close your eyes and relax. Drift and compile and emerge within the Pallet Town? Oh my gosh, are we going to Pokemon? Hold on a moment. Now, open your eyes. I mean, I can't tell if they're open because I got sunglasses on, but you are now in a deep slumber, dreaming peacefully of an island named Pallet Town, all one word, no caps. When you wish to awaken from this dream, you only need to lie down in this bed. I will take care of the rest. Also, should you have any questions or need advice about dreams, please do not hesitate to ask. With that, may your dream in Pallet Town be a sweet one. All right, so we can get up and oh my gosh, this place is so unbelievably cluttered that it is slowing my Switch down. This is actually really impressive, though. Look at the work that this person has put into this. My goodness. I mean, I'm not getting Pallet Town vibes here, but oh my gosh, there is so much going on. I could barely walk in this space. What the heck? This is crazy. Look at this place, and that must be the person who owns the island right here. Can we talk to you? This is Mila. So Mila is the one who owns this place. They've got all sorts of villagers, and I wonder, can we actually take a look at the map here? Let's see. So they've got, maybe not actually. I'm wondering if Howl himself is actually the owner because they've just got multiple villagers here. We got Flo, Zucker, Rory, who is on my island, Coco, Marcel, Bones, Kabuki, Wart Jr., Bob, and Pietro. So all manner of villagers, and wow, this is quite the place. I'm actually really genuinely impressed by how much is going on here. Now, we don't have tools, so we cannot make our way across this island super easily. We're not going to be able to vault across things. We can't use ladders of the sort and anything of the sort. We also can't go fishing. We can't bring anything back from this island. This is all just stuff that we're allowed to look at. And obviously the main conceit of this is to get ideas for our island. Now, I will say right off the bat, for anyone curious about all these many things, obviously, a lot of this stuff is custom made. So many of the things, especially the stuff you see on the ground here, are not patterns that you can find in-game. They are things that you're going to need to download through QR codes. Where to get the exact ones this person used, honestly, I couldn't tell you. But I gotta say, man, there is so much about this place that is just, it's nice to look at. I mean, it obviously makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is. It's just that there's so much clutter that it's more than the Switch is capable of handling, which is a bit on the rough side. Oh, wow. Really, really pretty, though. I mean, there's ideas here that I just absolutely love, and I love the idea of just the villagers just walking around. Let's go into some of the upper areas and we can just continue to explore. What a creative little area. I mean, somebody clearly put a lot of love and care into this place, even if not absolutely everything is cohesive about it. I mean, That was actually kind of one of my biggest fears, is that we'd find some really barren island where there's not much going on. But I don't know how Nintendo vets the surprise system when it comes to this, or whether or not they actually give you something that's really spacious or not. I mean, there's always the possibility that some random dude didn't know how this worked and just uploaded an island not too dissimilar from mine. And we could have just ended up on that. But no, it seems like we got something where someone put a lot of time and effort. Now, it does also help, of course, that the game has been out for a very long time. But still, to be able to see all this stuff, it's pretty impressive. Now, I do have to wonder, were these weeds all put here intentionally like this? Or, I mean, I think so. There's also the possibility that it was just uploaded after not having played for a long time. But you see a lot of different furniture items, a lot of different craftables and whatnot that really change this place up. And what I notice is that there's almost no... I mean, I can see a little bit of repetition here and there, but there is so much that has changed as I make my way through this place, and so many different things that we can view. Can I get over here? Okay. So many different things that I can view and so many new things that I can see that it's insane. It feels like they've almost got every single item in the game in this place. It's really honestly impressive. Very, very impressive. Whoever was the creator of this one, I mean... The name doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but, you know, coming up with names can be really difficult. I understand. But everything about this place otherwise it's extremely awesome. I don't think I've ever created anything nearly this creative. Some people just have so many ideas and also a lot of time on their hands. And I even got the orchard idea, which is something I've always loved. And they even have pipes. Can I interact with the pipe here? I can. So one nice thing about pipes is they actually act as sort of fast travel points around your island, which can also come in a lot of handy. So looks like this person had the same idea, and that actually takes us right back to the bed. But given that this is making the frame rate run at about 10 frames per second, I think I'm going to lie down and get out of this place. Just a nice idea. Oh, actually, really quickly before I leave, I think this is actually the place where I can check up on their patterns. Let's take a look here. In Custom Designs portal, this terminal will allow you to take home a custom design made by the stream provider. Let's take a look. Searching custom designs. Okay, let's see. Is it only stuff they've created or stuff that they also have? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. No, it looks like it's only the ones that they made. It isn't actually any of the ones that they... wow, a little edgy here, aren't we? Any of the designs that they've actually managed to download. There are some pro designs, but it's just a lot of whole dark stuff and whatnot. So none of the ones that we've seen on the floor, I'm sure those were made by other people and they just sort of borrowed the designs, which is generally true. There are a lot of online communities that will share custom designs that we can actually use, and anyone can actually use if you just download via a QR code. Or if you type in a certain address and whatnot, and you can just get them that way. And those are really nice for customization because a lot of people get really creative with that stuff and spend a lot of time on designs, which is something that I'm probably not going to do a lot of myself in this Let's Play, at least the making part, just because I am terrible at that stuff, like really, really bad. I do not have a very artistic mind, so much as I'm able to like actually draw and create things from scratch. I'm good at like photoshopping things, but that's about pretty much all that I am capable of. But there we go. That is a window into the Dream Address system in this game. I feel like that was a good way to kill the beginning of this episode. All right, let's head on out now and let's actually get to work on some things. So we're not going to head to Harv's Island today. I know. I mean, I said I needed to work on things. We will before the wedding season is over. Don't you worry. We'll work on it in due time. Right now, we got other things to worry about, though. We got to go meet our new villager, Apple. I'm going to grab all this money, and of course, I am going to keep one of the 10,000 bell bags out so that I can bury it a little bit later. Between episodes, I did plant some more pear trees. They are all on the east side of the island. We will go check them out in a moment. Looks like our hot item today is a ring toss, which I don't think is an item that sells all that much in the first place, and I think it's mostly made of softwood. So let's check inside Nook's Cranny, and let's take a look at those bell prices, actually. Or bell prices, those turnip prices, excuse me. Maybe we'll finally strike gold today. Current prices, 117 bells per turnip. Okay, I do believe that is one step removed, if I'm not mistaken, from the highest possible number on the spike. So, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, so it's probably going to be tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Almost assuredly. So we'll have to just check in on that and see what we can get. I'll just leave that for now, but we know that it is on the horizon. We're not going to have to wait till Friday or Saturday, which is nice. Let's take a look at this. A bathroom sink. Let's see, 3,000. Yep, I think I'm going to buy that, actually. That is a nice one to have. We're also going to check in on the flooring and wallpaper real quick. So let's see what we got in here. So, mostly okay. I think all the flower, we're pretty much set on flowers. There aren't any more I can get in that regard. All the DIYs are the same. All right, here we go. Harmonious wall. That's actually not a bad one. I think I'll buy that. Cool. And then what do you have down here? We got the iron parquet, brown floral, green honeycomb, and wooden knot flooring. I will also take that as well. Okay, cool. Just some things to kind of add to our collection. And then we can head on over to resident services and see what we got going on in there. There are probably some more items that we can buy from Nook Shopping, as well as maybe there's some new fence designs that we could probably get our hands on. I also am curious to see as to who is what visitor we might have on our island today, because so far I haven't seen anything. And given that it is it still a weekday? Yes, it is still a weekday. Oh, hello, Tom. I guess we're talking to you. Well, hello there, Levi. Your home is much roomier. Yes, it's nice to have even a little extra space, which brings us to the cost of your remodel. That'll be 198,000 bells. Please make your payments using the Nook Stop ABD feature as you've done before. As always, it's been ever so nice doing business with you. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it is a weekday. It's Wednesday, so there should be somebody roaming the island somewhere. Let's grab ourselves our obligatory bonus miles, and let's take a look in Nook Shopping really quickly. First things first, special goods. Got a lawnmower. I already have a portable radio, so I don't need that. A couple hats, glasses, denim pants, KK Rock. That brings me back. I think I'm just going to buy the last of these really quickly just so that I don't have to worry about buying anything else in there for the remainder of the month. But everything else I think I'll just pass on for now. Let's take a look inside the Miles Redemption Services and see if there's any good fences. So, vertical board and Zen fence. I actually do like the Zen fence quite a bit, but it's not really going to fit the aesthetic that I'm going for at the moment, so I will pass on that one for now. So let's just sign off and let's head on out and let's have a look around and let's go say hi to our new neighbor. Let's go say hello to Apple, who again is probably unpacking, so there's not much we can say to her. I also do want to go talk to Cranston if he's over in his home. He might be actually out and about at the moment. So let's go maybe, and they're probably closer. So yeah, he's still inside, so we actually get to see his house this time. And hopefully he has a bit more of a cohesive setup than what we've gotten with like Rory and Agnes up to this point. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Ooh, and he's actually working on a DIY project. This is actually something worth showing off. Levi, watch your step, okay? What are you doing exactly? I'm making me a mossy garden rock. One of the bugs on the floor whispered the DIY instructions in my ear while I was sleeping last night. So I gotta build it before I forget what it even is. Check it out. Plans for a mossy garden rock. I can teach you if you want. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, this is, as you get more villagers, this is something else you're gonna want to be on the lookout for every single day. One of your villagers that is sitting in their home is usually going to be hard at work on some sort of DIY project. In a later update, this also included DIY recipes, cooking recipes and whatnot, which we still haven't gotten into, but we will in due time. You want to hunt them down because they are going to give you something not necessarily new, but it's still another chance at a DIY recipe that you didn't already have. So it is highly recommended trying to go and say hello to... Go track them down, say hello to them, get yourself that free DIY recipe, and then you can, reap the rewards, because trying to get every single DIY recipe in this game is such a time-consuming endeavor that you are going to want to be as diligent as possible for as long as possible, because it'll probably take you years to get all of them, not to mention the possibility of repeats, making it that much harder. So definitely something worth keeping in mind. Okay. I'm going to continue. Okay, I think I have all the coconuts I need for the time being. I'm going to actually get to planting some of these as I make my way around the island here, because we need to get more of these trees growing, because we are going to be using these in the very near future to do some bug hunting. And that is going to be incredibly important. I think we're going to really get into that once July hits, which, I mean, we will be getting to more sooner than you think. Don't you worry. I don't know if I've made this clear enough up to this point, but I will make it even more clear now. We are not going to be going through every single day in a year. This is only for the tutorial phase that we are going one day at a time. We are going to start time skipping a lot here in the near future. So just bear with me. I promise we are going to get to a point where we're going to be doing a lot of jumping around, different dates. We're going to sometimes only experience 1 or even 2 days a week tops. And there's going to be a lot of time passing. So, and I'm going to be doing many things in between as well to continue working on and growing our island. So don't expect this to be a really slow, or that slow of a burn the entire time. I am much less concerned about trying to match up dates and trying to keep up with real time and any of that stuff as much as I am just going through the experiences of this game and trying to take care of absolutely everything Animal Crossing New Horizons has to offer. So once I get all of these trees planted, which I'm going to probably do a few more, and there, that's also kind of what I was looking for as I made my way up the coast here, was the message in a bottle. So let's do that. I'm probably gonna actually plant a few more around here a little bit later, and I will do that because honestly, the more coconut trees you have access to, the better. You just don't want them too close together. Oh, there you are. Okay, that's one of the ones I was expecting. There is our visitor of the day. We'll go talk to them in just a second. But yeah, I want to get as many coconut trees as I can up the coast as possible. Just don't have them too close together, otherwise that can actually interfere in your bug catching adventures. All right, let's talk to this character. Hello, you are calling me Sahara, for it is the name I have carried for as long as I have carried these rugs. I bring these rugs from my home, which is far, to help you decorate your home, which is near. I have small rugs, large rugs, and rugs of the medium space between. The design is seen after the buying. I have also mysterious flooring and wallpaper. Oh, how surprising you will find it. Are you ready to buy? Okay, so here's how this works. Sahara has, like she says, 3 different rugs that you can buy. Each of these rugs that you guys buy are worth a certain number of Sahara Redemption tickets. The small rug is worth 1, the medium rug is worth 2, and the large rug is worth 3. You also have mysterious wallpaper and flooring that you can buy. However, for 5 of those tickets, you can actually redeem 1 of these for free. Now, you only get 1 wallpaper and 1 flooring per day, and they don't necessarily sync up, so something to keep in mind. But the wallpapers and the floorings in particular can only be gotten from Sahara. You cannot get them by any other means. So, let's start going after the rugs first. And we're just going to buy all of these. Now, obviously, you are still spending the money, quote unquote, to get to these different pieces. But customer smiles, my heart and purse grows 1 size bigger. I have exchange ticket as bonus for good soul who buys good rugs. If you save up 5 tickets, you can trade for mysterious wallpaper or flooring. Just like I said. So we're still spending the money, but we're also getting rugs out of the deal, which makes it all worth it. I generally don't actually buy the small rugs all that often. What I usually do whenever Sahara arrives is I just buy the medium rug and the large rug. And then that's exactly the 5 that I need. I redeem it for a piece, and then I just buy the other one. So that is a strategy you can use, but this time I will get all 6. And I think I'm actually going to do that just for a while, just to start sort of rack up the small rugs that she will have available for us for the time being, given that we don't have another means of getting rugs at the moment. So it will be good to just kind of increase our collection. And we can use these rugs in our house in various spaces, especially as we expand it further and further, get additional rooms and all that good stuff. Okay. So there is our exchange tickets, and that puts us up to 5 plus 1, actually. So, you wanting a mysterious wallpaper or flooring? It really doesn't matter which one you get because they both cost the same. We'll just turn around and buy the other one after getting it. So there we go. Exchange those tickets for the quote-unquote free wallpaper. And now let's buy that flooring. And I believe it's only 3,000, so it's not that bad. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we spent a grand total of what, 5,000, 6,000, 7,500. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And the fact that we almost definitely won't see her again this week makes that really nice. Don't you worry though, because again, Sahara is another character that we will be able to access more frequently in the future. All right, so we got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to open up this DIY thing. We got a natural garden chair, which I already own. Gosh dang it, I'm so sick of getting things I already have. Magic circle rug, shanty mat, mangrove wall, and a circuit board flooring, as well as a red small round mat. We're going to have to go and place those in our house at some point to go take a look at those. Given that I am all stocked up on inventory space, though, I got to go access my storage. So let me loop back here really quickly. But on the way, let's talk to Marina. How's your day going, Blurp? Lay it on me. Still time to make this a great day. Okay, yes, she is definitely the normal type, which is, again, like I said, one of my favorites. They're just very sweet characters. If you had a chance yet to stop by our new neighbor's home and meet them, Blurp, I should probably finish frosting their housewarming cake before I pop in. Well, you know, Marina, I'm sure they would very much appreciate having a cake for showing up and moving in. That's very sweet of you. All right, let's go say hello. Well, hey there. Hi, you from around here? I just moved to the island. I'm Apple, and I'm totes not used to rando folks just, walking into my house. Oh, you're Levi? What a fab name. Nice to meet you, Levi. This place is a train wreck right now, but when I'm done, it'll be so adorbs you'll faint. So be ready for that. Maybe bring a pillow or something to land on. Laters, Levi. All right, we'll let you unpack, but yep, there is your first introduction to one of my favorite personality types, which is the Peppy type. They are hilarious. The dialogue for Peppy types just kills me. I am such a big fan of them, and I'm sure a lot of people probably find them obnoxious. I don't, because they're just, there's just something about it it just tickles my funny bone. They also just kind of hit close to home too, because I have a sister who's very much like that, actually. So hold on a second while I plop some things in my house really quickly. And actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to actually cut here because I do want to show off some of the rugs and the flooring that we just got. So let's do that really quickly. So first things first, let's put down the circuit board flooring. So you can see that. I mean, it's straight up a motherboard. Okay, that's really interesting. Not that I'd be wanting to walk on that, but it is certainly unique. Then we have the mangrove wall. And ooh, that is actually really, really freaking cool. Something to also note about a lot of the Sahara wallpapers and flooring is that they can at times have animations tied to them. So that's also really cool. Put that ticket away for the time being. Let's see. Wood knot flooring, we'll put that away. Harmonious wall, put that away. Camping cot. Let's see. Desk mirror. Yeah, I'm going to put all these things away, and I will use them in the future to just sort of decorate things. I'll probably, like I said, after this episode is done, I will take the time to really make this house a little bit nicer and put everything in its place. So is that everything? Yeah, and the bathroom sink as well. Okay, cool. All right, let's start putting some rugs down. I'm actually going to pick up these turnips here really quickly because I am going to be needing to use these tomorrow, so better to have them than to not. All right, first things first, let's spread out the magic circle rug. Oh, actually, I really like the design of that. That is actually kind of nice. I believe this is the exact same rug that you'll find in another character's tent a little bit later on. I guess no, it's an homage to when they had a tent in previous games, excuse me. We'll talk about that character later. Shanty mat. Okay, I mean, it's got that shanty look to it. Not that I'd want that in this house, but I can actually see places where it would be useful. And then we got our red small round mat, which actually that is nice and fuzzy, and I'd probably want to put that right under my bed or something like that. So maybe if it was a different color, I'd be a little bit more inclined to do that. But like I said, I got work to do in here, definitely things, and there's also stuff that I would like to unlock at some point that will hopefully make this whole all look a lot better. But for now, I'm just going to leave all of this be. Let's put our rugs away, and then we can head back out and, well, take care of some more things around the island. So let's do that really quickly. I also do have Nook Miles tickets, like I said, but I do want to save at least one of them for tomorrow because, obviously, Resident Services isn't going to be open, and there won't be much that I'll be able to do with that closed. So let's make our way across here, and let's start gathering some things and see if we can't get ourselves some fossils. Because, the more fossils we collect, the less likely that they're going to be brand spanking new. So we're going to want to make sure that we go after those. So we make our way around. There's actually 2 in this section, which is good. So I've been going over in my notes and in my plans more of how I would like this island to look in future with its layout. It's a really beautiful island in its default state, but this is if you are into more of the natural setup, which I do like. I actually, one of my strategies in Animal Crossing, in fact, a lot of my strategies in Animal Crossing have usually just been trying to make the natural landscape or change it as little as possible and work with basically what the game gives me, excuse me. And sometimes that is more easier said than done, and this is exactly one of those islands where that is the case. Also, I don't think it should be a catfish at this hour. Let's take a look. This might be trash, but let's fish for it anyway. It was a little bit of a late reel in. It's a carp. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot you can catch these guys in these ponds. Not a very rare fish there. In fact, I've already caught one before. Anyway, not the best in terms of its natural landscape for actually using it to grow and expand more. But I don't want to change too much about it, if that makes sense. There are some things that I would like to... oh, gosh dang it. I'm so sick of black bass. These are almost as bad as sea bass, if not worse. There are so many things about it I'd like to keep, but it's kind of not going to be the easiest thing in the world, especially due to accessibility reasons. One of the main reasons is honestly this right here. Like I said before, I kind of want to eliminate the left side waterfall, but at the same time, the fact that this beach is so inaccessible here is kind of driving me up the wall, and I would very much like to be able to have access to it. So I'm going over a lot of things in my notes, a lot of things in my head on how I want to adjust the island a little bit more in the future, and we'll eventually get around to a plan and nail that down in due time. But for now, let's dig this up. I've got my 10,000 bells at the ready already. I'm going to just bury that in, but then we're going to immediately dig this up because I do not want this thing growing amongst the cedars. So let's get that really quickly, and we will take that with us down the cliff. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any more fossil spots over here. I do believe... Oh, no, I do have one. Okay, glad I checked. Let's grab that really quickly. And there we go. All right, we have a few things we can take on over to Blathers. I already turned in, like, the suckerfish that I caught in the last episode, so don't worry about that. I've been turning in a lot of fish and bugs that I've been catching already, actually. There's a few that I found in trees that I haven't really shown, like the bagworm and the spider. Spider is a little bit less common than the bagworm, and actually I think they're worth a fair bit. They're, like, worth, I want to say 2,000 bells. I could be wrong about that one. So keep an eye out for those guys if you're going around shaking for wasps, because they can also sell for a fair bit. The bagworm, not so much. I think the bagworm is only worth like triple digits or something like that, as opposed to quadruple digits. So okay, so I'm going to put this tree right here. Let's plant that really quickly, and then I can also throw this in my pockets. And there we go. Okay, so I also need to be gathering these things up, and I could be doing some selling. Probably would be a good idea. I have more shells to sell, which is always good. Again, this is both progress towards Nook Miles as well as money, which is obviously something I'm always going to need. I'm not going to really hit a point in this game where I'm just absolutely swimming in cash until much, much, much later, when I'm able to really compound my luck on the stock market more, which that's going to take a lot of time to get to that point, because the stock market, for one, you need to have an extremely high buy-in price to even take advantage of it, and two, you obviously need to get extremely lucky and get the big spike, which is really the only thing that's going to get you filthy stinking rich. What's up, Agnes? We haven't talked to you in a little bit. Let's say hello. Yo, Snuffle, what's the word? Let's talk. Silent's got a ton of foods I've never heard of. I'm trying to come up with as many meals for as many as I can, and we'll talk to you again, because usually the second conversation is more interesting than the first. Keeping it simple with your gingham picnic shirt, huh? I feel you. Some days you got to take it slow and chill, Snuffle. Well, that wasn't much, but okay, it was at least something. Because yeah, usually there's a very canned dialogue or conversation the first time you talk to a villager in a day, but then as you do more subsequent conversations, they usually have more interesting, more diverse things to say. So a lot of people who think that the villagers are incredibly robotic probably only ever talk to them once a day. If you can talk to each villager, like, let's say 3 to 5 times a day, you will actually find that there is a lot more interesting things said. You also get more rewards for doing so. So all things to keep an eye on. And also, I thought I saw an interesting shadow there, but maybe I'm crazy. Nope, I am crazy. I think it was actually the rock that I saw. So that's my bad. Okay, any shells up here? There is one, so let's grab that and scare the snail away. There's a wharf roach over there, which I have since caught and donated to the museum, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's go on over this way now and not run through our flowers, of which I do need to move around. The rain is going to certainly make them repopulate a bit more. Actually, no, let's not head in there first. Sorry, I want to assess my fossils before I go to doing any selling at Nook's Cranny. And then I think after we take care of this, then we will go hit up our Nook Miles Island and see what we can go find. All right. Oh, dear, pardon me. Why, hello, Levi. Welcome to the Monroe Museum. Yeah, assess fossils. And this is going to be the main thing that we're after here. All right, so I think these fossils are going to be the only things that I'm going to have that are going to be donatable. So are all of them... Okay, so not all of them are new, but some of them are at least, so we will donate them really quickly. One thing I don't like... I know it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny nitpick, but he gives them all back to you if he sees there's anything that you don't already have. The only time where he will just straight up go, hey, so you do want to donate this, is if you only have him assess one fossil at a time, which more often than not, you're probably not going to be doing, because it's so much more sensible to give him fossils in bulk when you're already finding 5 a day. And fossils are so easy to track down that you don't really need to worry about only running into one at a time. So yeah, I wish that was a more readily available option where he goes, oh look, there's fossils we don't have. Do you just want to donate them like right now? Because I'll take them, and I would always say yes. So That's probably one of my really small gripes about the way that the dialogue is handled in this game. There's just some things where it's just like, you really can't streamline that a little bit more, guys? Okay, well, whatever. Let's sell all of these things here. Get a little bit extra money. The fossils are going to do most of the heavy lifting here and when it comes to sale price. So there we go. 13,900, not bad. Let's get out of here. We got a Nook Miles Island to go explore, and this will be a nice way to, I think, end this episode. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to avoid Harv's Island today. Maybe we'll go back tomorrow when there's not a whole lot going on, and we'll also be hitting up a Nook Miles Island in the process. So I'm actually just going to move on past this part. You guys have seen the dialogue with Orville and Wilbur enough at this point. And plus, Wilbur says the more interesting things anyway, and he'll say stuff when we actually land. So I'll see you all there when we get to the island in just a moment. And you know what? I'm really glad that it is not the island I thought it was going to be, because I just realized I really should have brought an axe with me, and I do not have one. So, oops. But it's okay. Crisis averted. We are here on the island. Let's see what we have in store. This is looking like a pretty generic island with not a whole lot of special stuff going on. And there's not even a villager over here, but that's because we do not have an open plot at the moment. If you want more villagers to appear on the islands, you got to wait until you have more open plots, which we will not have until, I believe, until Resident Services reopens again. So let's go through just everything one by one here really quickly. So I'm going to get to shaking some trees since there probably will be wasps. I'm actually going to leave all of the twigs on the ground because there's not much that those are going to do me or much good. Might as well hit the rocks because we obviously have that power now, although I am a little bit short on space here, but whatever. Hopefully some of these will go off into further spots. And you know what? I'll take that. Okay, cool. So, let's just gather materials here. I'm super glad it wasn't the bamboo island. I mean, I want the bamboo island, but I need to have an axe if I'm going to show up there, because that is going to be very, very handy once we get that going. Let's go around and shake all of these. There is our obligatory wasp on every single island. I'm actually going to leave the hive here because I don't have the urge to pick it up now that I don't have to worry about littering on these islands, because all this stuff gets despawned when you leave anyway. Trust me, I'm not a litter bug. I'm not just desecrating this wild place. Don't get guilty over it. You don't need to guilt trip yourself. Also, hello there. Let's definitely catch you really quickly. And I need to actually customize my fishing rod here soon. Oh, shit. Gosh dang it. I'm so bad about that, man. Always freaking fat fingering it. Why do I suck so bad at that? It also probably doesn't help that I'm using the Joy-Cons right now for this. I really need to just switch on over. It's sheer laziness why I'm not using the Pro Controller right now. And the Pro Controller is something I almost have to play with on the Switch. I'm using like that thing that came with the Switch where you could like slide the controllers into it to make it feel like a makeshift controller. And it's all right and all, but the buttons are so tiny and the joysticks are so tiny that it doesn't feel super natural for me because I have such gigantic hands. And yeah, I just need to get switched to the Pro Controller already, but I have it hooked up to my PC and I don't want to have to resync it, and I'm so lazy. That's literally my only justification for not using it already. I apologize. I will get around to it, I promise, and then maybe I will be making those mistakes less. I suck. I suck at that. I do it all the darn time. I should probably also be checking the shells here just to see if we got any giant clams, given that those are actually pretty valuable, and so are the conches. Let's see. Venus comb, sea snail. Okay, I'll avoid those. Venus comb is sort of valuable, but it like more so than the sea snail, but it's not like really worth tearing your hair out over. All right, let's check the tree first. Again, I think we're good on wasp because I'm pretty sure you can only get the one. Let's pick up this rock just for a little bit more space. There we go. Keep whacking these things, and I think when I get back, I'm definitely going to customize my shovel further. I am getting a ton of iron nuggets. This is awesome. I have probably more than I'll ever need at this point. Not that I am going to complain about that. I mean, that's not necessarily true. I definitely don't have more than I'll ever need, but I'm certainly getting a lot more than I have in previous playthroughs when it comes to building up my stock. So that's awesome. Yeah, pretty uneventful Nook Miles Island today, which, you know, it happens more often than not. The rare ones are rare for a reason. You have about an 80% chance of getting something very generic, and then maybe 20% or less of getting something actually worthwhile. I would honestly go less on that. It's probably more like 10% that you actually get anything good. And not to mention that some of those rare islands can only be found at certain times of day. So it's kind of hard to get something good, and not to mention, it's not like there's a knockout system either, so the odds of getting something rare don't necessarily become better with every single island you go to. You have the same odds every single time. So you could honestly go to like 30 or 40 very uneventful islands before you find one decent one. So that's something also to keep in mind. But I do believe that pretty much covers everything here. I mean, it's nice that the weather is clear instead of rainy like it was back home. But aside from that, there's not a whole lot else going on here. So I guess we're just going to be heading back with what we've got at this point. Like I said, pretty uneventful episode. Not too much going on aside from meeting Apple, which is great, and obviously working on some things. I do have quite a few things to work on off screen, though, just to kind of make everything a little bit nicer, move some things around, get everything set in stone, and also gather more materials and whatnot. So I'll be working on that between this episode and the next. And in the next episode, we will definitely be cashing in our turnips. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. I'm ready to go home. Ready to pump pontoons and fly Soaring Rose here back to Moreau. Be very positive because I wouldn't want you leaving anything behind. You ready? I sure am. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.